My brother wants me to give him my inheritance. My older brother Aaron texted me today. First time I had heard from him in 15 years. I was hoping for a "Hey, long time, how have you been?" Instead, the message I received said, "I know Dad left you everything in the will, I want my share." Our dad hadn't even been buried yet, and Aaron was already trying to plunder my inheritance. "That's rich coming from you, considering you abandoned us," I texted back. "Oh, please," he responded. "You and Dad were happy to be rid of me." Where do I even begin? When Aaron turned 18, he packed his things and left. No warning, no explanation. I was only 12 years old. I tried calling him, texting him. I even called his friends to see if any of them knew how I could get in touch with them. After weeks of trying, I got a single sentence out of him. "I can't be what he wants me to be." Our father wanted us to join the family business, but following in Dad's footsteps required a certain amount of, how do I put this nicely? Brains. My older brother, for all his charms, was dumber than a rocket trade it appears he never outgrew. "Dad and I kept in touch," he texted. "I bet you didn't know. Dad and I talked every day and he never once mentioned you." He said he was going to change his will to include me, but he died before he could. "I very much doubt that," I laughed as I texted him. "I can prove it." Aaron sent me screenshots of texts between him and a contact titled Father. They talked about letting bygones be bygones, how Dad was sorry he didn't try harder to bring Aaron back to our family, and how much they respected each other. It ended with them both agreeing that Aaron was entitled to half of Dad's inheritance. What a fucking joke. Those could be doctored or faked entirely. I texted, "You can believe whatever you want, but the fact remains that I'm his firstborn son, I'm his oldest child, and I'm entitled to half, maybe even more actually." "Half of what?" "You don't even know what was in the will. I'm sure he gave you the house and all his creepy shit down in the basement. Keep it, I don't want it. All I need is some spending money, you owe me that much. It's what Dad would have wanted." I walked down to the basement and looked at everything my dad had left me. His entire laboratory. There's no way my brother was getting anything from me. "Why don't I ask him?" I texted. "What the hell are you talking about?" "I'll ask Dad if that's what he would have wanted, and then I'll get back to you." I turned my phone off and picked up my dad's life work, my inheritance. A small journal of notes on the methodology of bringing a corpse back to life.